Cheers, I do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I am Don the Beer Whisperer. I had some music playing, but boy golly, it stopped when I hit the button here. The song playing, though, was, I've got it's my Irish mix for St. Patrick's Day, but the particular song was Black Rose, Thin Lizzy. So anyway, there was some more traditional stuff playing, but I've got a mix of stuff, man. Thin Lizzy is an Irish band, for those of you that don't know anyway. And so I picked up this set today, right? It came with 8 cans of Guinness, the glass of the Guinness Draught cans and the glass, which pours beautifully, as you can see. It's just like you just ordered a pint at the pub, man. 14.9 ounce cans, not pint cans, but close enough. So if you get a pour like this in a pub, well, you're not getting a pint, you're getting about 14.9 ounces, but there you go. Anyway, nevertheless, yeah, I just felt like, I wanted to find the FES, to be honest with you, and I couldn't find it. I looked at 3 different stores, didn't come across it, and screw it. I saw this set, it ran about $14. Okay, again, the 8 cans plus the glass. But you know what? I'm going to revisit my roots, as it were. My first stout was a Guinness stout, so I figured, what the hell? Let's get this set. Comes with the glass. I'll have that memory until I get around to breaking a glass, which seems to be inevitable at some point. But being St. Patrick's Day, I also poured myself some Irish whiskey, and I'm kind of celebrating my Irish American or American Irish roots, right? I am an American, but there is a good portion of Irish ancestry. So, having said that, this is a Concannon. Concannon is actually a California vineyard. But what they do with this, a blend of 100% Irish whiskey mellowed in Concannon Petite Syrah wine barrels for optimal flavor and complexity. It is an 80 proof whiskey. I'm going to read just a little bit here. In 1865, 18-year-old James Concannon sailed from the rocky coast of Ireland's Aran Islands for America's fertile shores, thus beginning my great-grandfather's quest for opportunity in a new land. Almost 150 years later, my family has proudly returned to Ireland to craft Concannon Irish whiskey. Our whiskey is handmade in small batches in collaboration with Cooley distilleries. With Cooley's, we share a common vision to produce whiskey of uncompromising quality and character. We mellow our whiskey in both small bourbon casks, as well as our own family's wine barrels for a minimum of 4 years for ultimate smoothness, flavor, and complexity. Yeah, it is nice because you do feel the traditional Irish in here, right? Which is usually done in bourbon casks. But with this Concannon, you feel those wine barrels, those Petite Syrah barrels. It adds an additional layer of flavor. And this whiskey typically only runs between $20 to $25 a bottle. So for a blended Irish, with that complexity, it really is a bargain in my opinion. Hold on, I'm losing my camera angle there. There we go. So here's how I'm celebrating St. Patrick's Day, because it is actually St. Patrick's Day as I do this video. It'll be later than that when it gets out there, I'm aware, but it is St. Patrick's Day as I do this video. So yesterday, this Saturday, I went out with a friend. We wanted to try to hit as many breweries in town as we could. I think I got all of them but one, because we started at Springfield Brewing Company. I had a pint of I have my mug. I have a mug out there, so I had a little more than a pint of the McDaniel's Draft, their version of a dry stout. And then we went to La Signal, where we split a pitcher of their Irish Red of $6 a pitcher, man. Damn. Anyway, so we had that. And then we went to Springfield Brewing Company, where we kicked it up a notch, and then we went from there to Tie and Timber. I had one, to Show Me had one, to 4x4 had one, and finished it up with Great Escape. Quite frankly, I was pretty well buzzed by the time we hit Great Escape. The memories get a little faulty from there, but that was the last beer of the day. I didn't even follow it up after I got home. Sat in my easy chair till I sobered up and watch some TV with the wife called in the evening. It was an evening. Anyway, but today I picked up 2 small corned beefs. Well, picked up 2, one smaller, one larger. But the smaller one, I decided I wanted to smoke out here. So I'm smoking as we speak. I'm using my smoker as as the prop for my camera, actually. Anyway, but yes, a combination of apple wood and cherry wood. I want that lighter fruit wood. If I'm doing an actual brisket, I want that big bold hickory. But for this one, I don't want heavy smoke. I just want kind of a kiss of smoke on here. So I seasoned it with my own, Of course, it comes with how it comes, right? The certain blend. But then I added a few other seasonings. And then in the house, I braised one. I've got the traditional, American Irish American traditional, corned beef with cabbage, red potatoes, onions, and carrots is what I got going on in there. But I braised it. Well, my dad would boil and or simmer. I prefer the braising method. I think I get more flavor when I do that when I do it that way. So, anyways, cheers. I like the nose on this, right? You do feel those bourbon casks, a little bit of spice, vanilla, the toffee, the typical notes you would get the bourbon cask add to the whiskey. But then you feel those fruit notes from the Petite Sirah barrels. I personally feel like I'm getting some pears, some green apple. Got some smoke going out of my smoker. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's about 50-ish out here. And they said it was going to be 50 today. But it feels much warmer than. I'm actually sitting out on the patio wearing a t-shirt and some shorts, man, because it's just absolutely gorgeous out here. I felt like I ought to be smoking something. And corned beef isn't typically something that you smoke, but I really wanted to smoke one just to see how it should come out. And my traditional Guinness here pours beautiful in this glass. Look at that. That's just a gorgeous pour, almost as if I was at the pub, man. Right out of a can. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, it's beautiful, man. Can't we all just get along? Anyway, so I'm cranking some music. Oh, my nose will not quit itching, though. I did take my allergy pills, but man, it's brutal out here. Anyways, I got sidetracked there. But yeah, it's so nice. I just want to be out here on the patio having a beer or so. I'm not going to drink a lot today because I've got to work tomorrow. And quite frankly, I drank more this weekend than I typically do. St. Patrick's weekend. But I went to Springfield Brewing Company Friday after work. I knocked a few back, and then yesterday, I went out with a friend and knocked a few back, and so I don't usually drink all 3 days of the weekend, I guess, is the point I was trying to make, or that much. But I felt like I did want to drink some today, but it's about pacing it throughout the day. Anyway, cheers, y'all. I can do a car bomb, because quite frankly, I don't need to drink anything that fast, and I didn't pick up any any Irish cream, but I do want to. I like sipping a little Irish whiskey, especially with a stout. Typically, I like to buy the FES, or I will use an American stout. But wow, I just like this. It's kind of like I said, kind of revisiting how I started drinking. Guinness for those of us of a certain age, Guinness was the first stout that a lot of us had, So when you have a lot of younger craft beer drinkers, talk badly about a beer like this, that's a classic. Yeah, maybe by your palate today, but you're starting with choices that we didn't have back then. And for me, I'm not going to talk bad about it. I think it's a classic. Do I have others that I prefer now? Yeah, absolutely, that I do. But it doesn't make this any less of a classic. So there you go. Cheers. The Black Rose, great song, Thin Lizzy. By golly. I am Tom, the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, perverse man. I'm also Tom, the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, prolific beer drinker, perverse man. All right, good guy. Hey, happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Celebrate any way you want to. I'm not going to say that other word. other phrase, nor am I going to drink green beer. But by golly, if that's what makes you happy, it doesn't affect me. People, you see somebody drinking green beer, and people get all offended, like they're personally hurt. Yeah, them drinking a green beer somehow affects you. No, it doesn't. I'd rather not see it, but hey, man, if that's what you like to do. But for me, I'm staying as traditional as possible today. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, Pleasant Beer Drinker, Pervert Wisdom, all around good guy. Cheers, y'all.